Hi everyone, this video is part of the Instructables lesson called Snappy Rings. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to create your custom ring topper. So this shape in here is actually the medium sized topper cutout, and what it's going to do is whenever you import a shape on top of the work plane, these little clippings are going to subtract the clip and cutouts, and it's going to make the snappy ring function. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be importing a shape, and we're going to be trying to scale it to make sure we cover the clips. And you can always do that by rotating the view to the bottom and seeing how well the shapes are covered. You can also just rotate both shapes and see if anything is hanging off the edges. Also try to make sure that the top of the clips is covered as well. You can also select shapes, and under the shape panel you can increase the radius of any of the corners as long as it's any of the basic shapes. I believe some of them do not have that feature, but luckily the box does. Alright, so in this file we're actually going to import an existing file that I found online, which just happens to be a cat. So you can see the cat's a little bit large, so what we're going to do is we're going to press on one of these corners, we're going to hold down Shift, and it's going to scale the cat evenly on all four sides. I'm pressing the work plane, and bring this cat onto the top. So it's right about where we want it to be. Click one of the rotating arrows and position our shape to just about where we want it. Scale it down just like a little bit more. Make sure none of the shapes are really hanging off the edges, because otherwise your 3D printer is going to have a really hard time printing, or it's just going to bring a whole bunch of supports everywhere, which you might necessarily have an easy time removing. But some printers actually have special supports that can be removed very easily depending on the design. Alright, once we have the shape where we want it, I'm also going to show you another feature called Scribble. And Scribble is really fun because whenever you want to make any designs or whatever, they will appear on the surface. So in this design, I'm just going to make like a little heart. You can also click on like autofill, and it will like draw a surface around if you didn't feel like drawing it manually, and fill in the shape. If you want to erase anything, you can always come in with an eraser. Remove anything you do not want. Once you have the shape to one, you can click done, and the nice thing about this is that you can always scale it. The top of any scribble is always going to be flat, which is really, really nice, but sometimes that might not be what you want. We're going to scale this down a little bit and move it over to the side, maybe somewhere here. Rotate a little bit. And maybe move it inwards, downwards a little bit. So the first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to select all the shapes except for the whole cutout. You're going to group them. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to group it with the whole clippings. And the reason we're doing that is to make sure if any of these shapes, for whatever reason, were inside these whole cutouts, the last step that we're going to do is cut them away so they do not interfere with the function of the design. So whenever you're ready, you can select your shape, you press export, and select STL.